Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Simple Spoken English. Today, I want to tell you a story. It is a simple story, but it is also a powerful story. This is the story of a man named David. David moved to a new city. He did not know anyone there. He did not speak English very well. This story will help you in two ways. First, you will hear new words. Second, you will learn how to be brave when you speak English. Are you ready? Let's begin. David was 35 years old. He came from a small town. In his small town, everyone spoke his language. He felt comfortable there. But David had a dream. He wanted a better job. He wanted a new life. So, one day he moved to a big city. In the big city, people spoke English. David studied English in school. But studying in a classroom is different from speaking in real life. David found a small apartment. It was simple, but it was his home now. Every morning, David woke up early. He looked out the window. He saw people walking. He saw people talking. He saw people laughing. He wanted to talk to them, but he was afraid. What if I make a mistake? David thought, what if I use the wrong word? What if people don't understand me? What if they laugh at me? These thoughts were in his mind every single day. Near David's apartment, there was a small coffee shop. It had a wooden sign. It had big glass windows. Every morning, David walked past this coffee shop. He could smell the coffee. He could see people sitting inside. They were talking. They were laughing. They looked happy. David wanted to go inside. He wanted to order a coffee. He wanted to sit down and relax. But every morning, he walked past the coffee shop. He did not go inside. Why? Because he was afraid to speak English. This happened for 1 week, then 2 weeks, then 1 month. Every single morning, David walked past the coffee shop. Every single morning, he thought the same thing. Maybe tomorrow I will go inside. But tomorrow never came. The fear was always there. Do you know this feeling, my friend? Maybe you also have a coffee shop in your life. Maybe it is a phone call. Maybe it is a meeting. Maybe it is a conversation with a stranger. We all have moments when fear stops us from speaking. One Saturday morning, David woke up. He looked at himself in the mirror. David, he said to himself, you cannot live like this forever. You moved to this city for a better life, but you are hiding. You're not living. You're just surviving. David took a deep breath. Today, he said, I will go into that coffee shop. Today, I will order a coffee in English. David got dressed. He practiced some words in front of the mirror. 1 coffee, please, he said quietly. 1 coffee, please. Medium size. He practiced these words 5 times. 10 times. He wanted to remember them perfectly. Then he walked out of his apartment. David walked down the street. His heart was beating fast. His hands were a little bit shaky. He saw the coffee shop. He saw the wooden sign. He saw the big glass windows. This time he did not walk past it. This time he stopped at the door. This is it, David thought. This is the moment. David put his hand on the door. He took one more deep breath. Be brave, he whispered to himself. Just be brave. He opened the door. A small bell rang. Ding. Inside, the coffee shop was warm. It smelled wonderful. David could hear soft music playing. People were sitting at small wooden tables. Some were reading books. Some were talking quietly. Some were working on laptops. A woman behind the counter looked up. She smiled at David. "Good morning," she said. "What can I get for you?" David's heart was beating very fast now. This was the moment he had practiced for. He remembered the words. He remembered his practice in the mirror. "One coffee, please," David said. "Medium size." The words came out perfectly. David could not believe it. "Great choice," the woman said with a smile. "Anything else? We have some delicious pastries today." David understood her. He understood every word. "No, thank you," David said. "Just the coffee, please." "No problem," the woman said. "That will be $3.50. David gave her the money. His hands were not shaking anymore. The woman made the coffee. She gave it to David in a warm paper cup. "Here you go," she said. "Have a wonderful day." "Thank you," David said. "You too. Have a good day." David took the coffee. He turned around. He looked at the coffee shop, really looked at it for the first time. David found a small table by the window. He sat down. He held the warm cup in his hands. He took a sip of the coffee. It was delicious, but something else felt even better than the coffee. David felt something he had not felt in a long time. He felt proud of himself. David looked around the coffee shop. He saw the other people. He saw their laptops, their books, their conversations. He was not separate from them anymore. He was one of them. He was a person sitting in a coffee shop, drinking coffee like everyone else. It was such a small thing, ordering a coffee. But for David, it was huge. That evening, David walked home. But this time he walked differently. His shoulders were relaxed. His head was up. He even smiled at a stranger on the street. David learned something important that day. He learned that fear feels very big in our minds. But when we take action, the fear becomes small. David thought about all those mornings when he walked past the coffee shop, all those weeks of fear, all those mischances, and he thought the coffee shop was never the problem. The English language was never the problem. The problem was inside his own mind. That night, David wrote in his journal. He wrote, "Today, I ordered a coffee in English. It was a small moment, but it changed something in me. I am not perfect. My English is not perfect. But I spoke, and the world did not end. People were kind. People understood me. Tomorrow, I will speak again. Maybe I will ask someone for directions. Maybe I will talk to a coworker. Each day, I will be a little braver." My friend, David's story is a simple one, but it teaches us something important. You do not need perfect English to start speaking. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need a perfect accent. You only need courage. You only need to take the first step, just like David did. So, what is your coffee shop, my friend? What is the thing you've been avoiding because you're afraid to speak English? Maybe it is time to open that door. Today is your day one. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to Simple Spoken English. Tomorrow, we will continue David's journey, and yours too. I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, keep being brave. Goodbye, my friend.